In the heart of the Congo rainforest, under a canopy so thick it turned midday into twilight, lived a young gorilla named Koko. He wasn't the biggest or the strongest, but his eyes held a spark of curiosity that set him apart. While the other youngsters wrestled and tumbled, Koko would sit near his father, the great silverback, trying to mimic his stoic gaze. Akilo was a mountain of muscle and wisdom, his silver fur a crown that commanded respect from all. He ruled with a gentle but firm hand, and his deep, rumbling grunts were the law of the land. One humid afternoon, as the troop foraged for succulent shoots, a strange scent drifted on the breeze, sharp and unnatural. The birds fell silent. Akilo rose to his full height, pounding his chest in a thunderous warning. The others froze, huddling behind him. Koko's heart hammered against his ribs. He saw at first a flicker of bright color through the dense foliage. It wasn't a flower or a fruit. It was the cloth of a human poachers. Akela let out a deafening roar, a challenge that shook the very leaves on the trees. He charged, a silver and black blur, to give his family time to escape. Koko scrambled after his mother, Isha, his eyes wide with terror. He looked back just once and saw his father locked in a struggle, a brave king defending his realm. That was the last time he ever saw. The troop fled, broken and leaderless, into the deep jungle. A grim silence fell over them, replacing the usual playful hoots and contented grunts. Isha was inconsolable, and the weight of leadership fell upon a younger, less experienced silverback named Borin. Borin was strong, but he lacked a Keloesi calm wisdom. He was aggressive and impatient, and his rule was one of fear, not respect. Koko felt his father's absence like a hollow ache in his chest. He watched Borin lead them carelessly, sometimes into the territories of other gorilla families, sparking needless conflict. Koko remembered Akilo's teachings, the subtle signs of the forest, the best foraging spots, the way to lead with intelligence, not just brute force. He began to observe, to learn, and to grow. The playful spark in his eyes hardened into a glint of determination. He spent his days training, pushing his strength, practicing chest beats that, while not yet thunderous, echoed with a promise of the leader he would one day become. Years passed. Koko grew into a powerful young adult, his muscles coiled and ready, his back beginning to show the first shimmer of silver. Borin's rule had weakened the troop. They were often hungry and on edge. One day, a leopard, emboldened by their disarray, snatched a young infant. Borin hesitated, roaring from a distance, unwilling to risk a direct confrontation. But Koko didn't hesitate. He charged, a mirror image of his father years ago. He met the leopard with a fury born of loss and love, driving the predator away and saving the infant. In that moment, the troop saw not just Koko, but the spirit of Akelo. The elders grunted in approval. Borin, seeing the challenge in Koko's eyes, knew his time was over. There was no grand fight. Borin simply stepped aside, acknowledging the true heir. Koko stood tall, pounded his chest a deep, resonant thunder that rolled through the forest. It was a sound of promise, of protection, of a king returning to his throne. He had lost his father, but he had found himself. The legacy of the great silverback lived on. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more stories.